Everybody, I want to make a quick video to explain how to do the questions, which is part of your participation grade. So the good news is it is easy to do this. It's also very good for your grade. So sorry, let me briefly explain how to do this. So in the participation grade, you're making questions based on the readings for the week. And actually it's per the class, and you'll see in the schedule twice a week, Tuesday, Thursday, although you can do what you want, but that's just the way I laid it out. But Tuesday, Thursday, I have two different readings scheduled for each week. So the first readings are going to be based on Viet Nguyen's The Sympathizer, and the second one is going to be based on Crying H. Bart by Michelle Zauner, which you also see in front of you right here. So, and let me show you what exactly that looks like. Now, again, it's easy to do; it just takes a little bit of time, but you want to make sure you keep up with it because it is a big part of your grade. So, in the announcement you guys are looking at right in front of you, if you guys scroll down, here we go. Let me show you what it looks like practically. So, when you click on that link, it's going to open up. There we go. And it's going to show you what the cover page will look like. So this is a running Word document you'll use this semester. Twice this semester you'll turn in this running Word document. The first time will be late April. And then the last time will be at the very end of the semester in May. So let me show you what practically what it looks like. So your very first reading for the semester is due on March 17th, which should be Thursday. Again, you guys are online, so it doesn't have to be done on Thursday, but I want to keep you guys on track. So that's why I give you guys these dates, because that way you guys stay on track with the readings to get it done. So the way I scheduled it is I call it March 17th again. Maybe you do it earlier, right after, doesn't matter, but just as long as you get it done. But okay, so here's what you guys are doing. So you'll put the date that they're and this is again based on the schedule, but March 17. And on March 17, I have assigned 3 chapters to be completed by Thursday. That's Nguyen's Sympathizer, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3. So you want to write out 2 questions per chapter just in the format you see here. So you'll put March 17, like you guys see there. Then you put Nguyen's Sympathizer, Chapter 1, and then here are your 2 questions. So the questions are, again, not a question like that the answer is inside the text. So again, it's not like a quiz question. It's much more of a thought question like, so why would this be this way? I don't understand it, or I don't understand this, or why would he do this, or why would he think this? That's the kind of question. So again, it's really wide open. So the nice thing for you guys is it's generally an honest question you have. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. Or I'd like to know. So what's going on here? Perfect. So you write your question. At the end of your question, you'll put the page number that prompted that question. So maybe something happens, for example, like, oh man, I don't get it. Like, why would they have done this, or what's happening here, and you don't understand it? Perfect. At the end of that question, you simply write that out and put the page number that prompted that. You'll do 2 of these per chapter you guys see here. So here's Chapter 1. Here's Chapter 2. Let me show you an example of this. So in Chapter 2, the first question said, why did man's great uncle, forced into grave digging to Wood 1, find that, quote, nothing will do more to bestir a colonized subject than see a white man naked and dead. So you haven't read this yet, so it doesn't make sense to you. But when you guys read this, you'll read about how the main character is not named. But so we'll just call him the narrator. But the narrator's talking about his communist spy chief or handler. His name is Man. And he mentioned how his man's great uncle, Wood 1, was a Vietnamese gravedigger in the military in Europe. And when he was burying all these dead French soldiers, could be other soldiers too, but probably French in this case, that looking at them awakened him to the weakness of the French. And like, why? People die in combat. Like, why would that experience of burying all these dead French soldiers, why would that kind of awaken him to maybe the French colonial weakness? And made him feel very strongly about Vietnamese desire for independence. Like, what about that experience? He's like, I don't get it. Perfect. Just write that down. There's page number 28. Begin. The important thing is you guys are not finding the answer. You honestly don't know the answer. So The good news for you guys, again, you don't have to like, well, do I find the question, then have to like dig and find the answer? No. You don't know the answer. That is why you're asking. So you simply, it's like, I don't get this. Like, why would it be this way? Perfect. Write that down, put the page number. And you can see there's question number 2. Then finally, the third chapter, which is assigned for March 17, there's your 2 questions there. It's not hard to do. Here's how I grade this. I want you simply to be thoughtful. Now, if you ask a question that is obviously easily answered within that same chapter, that's not what I'm looking for. So it's not a question like what restaurant did they eat at, and 2 sentences later explains what restaurant they eat at. It's not the kind of question, right? It's a question that genuinely reading the context, like I don't understand this. Like why would this be this way? Or why did he think this? Why did she do that? I don't understand. Perfect. Again, you don't need to know the answer. You simply write on the question. So you guys see how it looks. So you'll do that for each class, starting on March 17, and next week will be, it'll be March 22. You'll have your probably 3 chapters again from Nguyen Sympathizer, and then it'll be March 24. You have 3 more questions. So you'll just save them on this one document. You don't make separate documents, just one document. So you have March 17. So I did not do more sample questions, but you would have right here, you would start out with, okay, here's March 22. And then you put your 3 questions, save it. And then you just keep adding to this document. Put your new questions in. Typically 3 chapters, typically, although some days may differ, but typically 3 chapters. So basically 6 questions, typically, although again, it depends how many chapters are assigned for that day. You'll save all these up at the midterm, and you'll see in this, and I'll schedule this, you can see this, I think it's late April. You'll turn in all these questions. Again, be one document, and you'll have a cover page on there, and the cover page looks like this. Do you see that? So you see question sponsor readings for Viet Nguyen Sympathizer and Michelle Zano's client H Mart. You put your name there, class info right there, and then you'll have this running document. You keep adding date by date by date. Save all your questions. You only turn them in at the midterm and the final. Easy to do. Just be thoughtful. It's actually be thoughtful, be specific. It's important to follow the format, so make sure you guys take a look at the format there, and then you guys will be good. So let me close this. We'll go back to, so again, here's more explanation. There's the 2 books you guys are using. Here's the announcement explaining more to what you need to do there. And I need to change the date there because that's not right, but I'll fix that. So, but again, explain a little bit more now. The only difference is if you guys are doing the optional Zoom class, which I highly recommend, do it. But if you can't, you guys are busy working and stuff, that's fine. You're good. But if you are doing the optional Zoom class, you'll have to do 1 question per chapter, not 2. Now, most of you probably can't do that because of schedule and work and classes, and you're totally fine. The grade's exactly the same. But in that case, you guys will do 2 questions per chapter. But for the rest of you who can do the Zoom class, that's just 1 question per chapter. That's a little perk to go into the Zoom class besides other fringe benefits. So, all right, that's it. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. But hopefully this video explained. Again, you click on the sample right here in the announcement. We have a big help to you guys as you guys are working on this and keeping this running Word document. So with that, I think that's good enough. And I look forward to reading all you guys' wonderful questions at the midterm, at the final when you upload your documents in Canvas and those assignment pages. So, all right, everybody, take care.